My book was Against All Odds, My Story, written by Carlos Ray Norris. This book was dedicated to Rachel Joy Scott, a victim of the Columbine High School shooting. Chuck Norris is well known in the martial arts world for his extremely powerful roundhouse kick. He is also known for the Chuck Norris facts, which are obviously true facts about Chuck Norris, such as Chuck Norris once went to the Virgin Islands, and when he came back, it was just islands. Chuck Norris's name is actually Carlos, but in the Air Force, his buds told him that Carlos was a Mexican name, and since Chuck was not Carlos, they called him Chuck because Carlos means Chuck, and he's been Chuck ever since. Like many other young children, when Chuck Norris was young, his mom took his brother and him and moved away from his father because his father had some drinking issues, and along with his drinking issues came many other issues. He was not a child prodigy at karate or any form of martial arts. He was just a regular kid. It was only after Chuck Norris graduated from high school and enlisted in the Air Force, then he was stationed in Japan, that he started doing Tang Soo Do. He took it very seriously and practiced nearly every day for 3 hours. He excelled rapidly and soon was ready to take the test to become a black belt. This is an important aspect of this book and of Chuck Norris's life because he failed the test. He froze. He couldn't remember the most basic of Tang Soo Do. But it is also to note that he did not quit and did not get into a negative attitude about why he was spending so much time doing this. After more training of Tang Soo Do, he took the test again, and this time, he became a black belt. He learned important lessons in Japan, and those lessons would help him with the rest of his life. Never give up, and if you want something, go get it. And it is never too late to get started. Once back in the United States, he continued his martial arts and entered many tournaments, which he won. And soon, he would find himself becoming a legend in the martial arts world. He then decided that he should open his own martial arts schools. But since he was a legend in the martial arts world, his name alone brought many people through the door. Soon, Chuck Norris had several martial arts schools. Chuck Norris was not done though. He heard the call of Hollywood, and he had an idea for a movie, Good Guys Wear Black. Chuck Norris believes that nowadays there needs to be a hero for kids to be able to look up to. A man who is not corrupt, a man who always does the right thing, a man who brings true justice to the world, and a man who has a reason to live. When Chuck Norris was young, he grew up watching The Lone Ranger and all of the westerns. So he grew up with heroes that he looked up to. But without these heroes, he would have had no male leadership in his life. So he wants to give kids now that same kind of hero that he had. Because today, there are lots of movies and TV shows that make criminals look cool, or make it cool to be a guy who does whatever he wants, without any regard for others or their lives. The more that people are shown that an act of crime is okay, as long as you know that no one will ever find out, then the more people will think that it is okay for you to do it. Chuck Norris knew that people needed a hero, and in his show, Walker, Texas Ranger, he gave the world another great hero. Sure, the acting is not the best, the sets are not the most expensive, and the music is not that interesting, but in his show, Walker, Texas Ranger, he shows that good guys do not always win, but bad guys never win.